Okay, I have to do this again. This is take 2. My original video touched on my inability to comprehend and understand human nature, I guess, as it is when it goes against the grain of my understanding. You know, I get offended easy. I'm pretty sensitive. Little things. I mean, just I'm an overthinker. I think about everything in very much detail and where, when, and how, and all that. And like, I have a photographic memory, so every little detail has to match my memory, which we all know that there's no such thing as necessarily a photographic memory, because the mind only remembers certain subjects and certain things. I mean, it's just the way it is. But for the most part, I can call into detail everything. Like, my earliest memory is my mother and my father arguing while my older sister, rest in peace, and my little sister, an infant, I was like 1, if even, arguing in a parking lot at a truck stop. Okay? And we were in a station wagon. Or I think it was a station wagon. See? That's what I mean. Now, that's my earliest memory. And from there, it goes into details and blank and detail. Like, you know, because trauma will block certain memories to protect your brain from reliving those experiences over and over again, which sometimes you get intrusive thoughts, and it anyway, I thought I had the word. Anyway, your brain will go into these memories, if you will, when it's time to fight, flight, or fawn. And what I mean by fight, flight, or fawn is, you get into a terrifying situation. And like, say you're encountering a wolf. Your natural instinct will either be to wave your arms, scream and yell, and try to chase it off, run, or play dead. I mean, it's just who humans are. It's part of our psyche. It's what we do. Psychologically, I've been playing fawn for a long time. I've just been playing dead. I've not fought back. I've not exchanged ideas. I've not confronted anyone on their ideas or how they feel. And life's bigger than that. We don't exist to be servants, and we don't exist to be other people's punching bags or emotional punching bags. Or when I get confronted with aggravation or aggression, I usually match it with equal or more aggravation and aggression. It's just my nature. I get it from my father, because we're a lot alike. But when I get an idea in my head, there's almost no chance of stopping it. Like, almost no chance. You have to come with some real smart, rational kind of shit to stop me from moving forward with and it may be the dumbest thing you ever heard of or thought of, but once that train's moving, man, it's a locomotive and it's hard to stop. I meditated today for an hour, and I contemplated on multiple evils and things that I've done in my life, and how they directly affect my life today, how they affect my attitude or my response to things or my emotions. Or I'm not real sure yet, you know. I mean, it's just day one, but I'm actively trying to find myself, who I really am, what I really am. Am I really abusive, or am I responding to abuse? Am I really a sarcastic individual, or am I responding? You know, things like that. I mean, am I smart, or do I just play the role? All these things, you know, they plague my mind, and they, you know, here lately, you know, I mean, and I've been alone for like the last 5 days, and basically alone. And I'm grateful for that, because I needed it. I needed the silence and the reflection time, you know, and coming to grips with a lot of things and a lot of people and ideas and things that for the last 3 months have been thrown at me. You know, I've been faced with a lot of realities that I never would have thought I would be, and I don't know why. I'm nobody special, but I thought I was, you know? I mean, I had an idea like a princess on a pedestal. I was somebody that was above all that, and I was knocked completely to my knees. I was shown I ain't nobody. I ain't nobody special. I'm just like everybody else. I got nothing special to offer the world other than maybe maybe I'll come up with some kind of theological something. I don't know. Who knows? I'm just a man. I'm just a man. I have insecurities. I have brilliant ideas. I'm just a man, you know, with a child like emotional what do you call it? Intelligence. I'm a childlike emotional intelligence. You know, I understand everything on an adult scale. I get it. I understand. But I react with a child's emotion. I gotta cut it out. I gotta start learning. Stand up for myself, for one. Stop letting everyone just make decisions for me. Start learning about what's going on around me and have an opinion for them to respect the fact that I want to make those decisions, you know? Because as it is now, I'm basically childlike. You know, everything I do is like, I'm childlike. I'm immature. I'm not, and the government's right to give me a pay and that kind of thing right now, and I'm basically childlike. I have, as much as I try, I don't have what it takes for, like most people do, to comprehend, understand, carry out, see through certain activities and events. You know what I mean? I get confused easy. I think I am a pretty smart guy. My vocabulary is outstanding. But I think when it comes to and for an 8th grade education, I think that I'm honestly a pretty bright individual. But, and as much as I've lived in the world, you'd think that I would have some kind of, but I don't. I've not developed whatever it is that makes you an adult. I don't have whatever it is. I mean, maybe I do, and I'm ignoring it, or I've just not embraced it, or something. I mean, I cuss cops out. I fight at the drop of a hat. I'm 46 years old. I mean, I should be living in a house by myself with a wife and kids, or at least living in a house by myself. I should be on my own. I should be doing things. I shouldn't have Social Security, disability, and a payee, and others responsible for my shit. I'm a man, and I should be standing on my feet. And I just honestly, I'm not going to say I can't do it, because I know I can if given the opportunity. I'm lazy, I guess, is what it is. I'm lazy. I'm mentally lazy. I'm emotionally lazy. I'm physically lazy. I'm lazy. I have no ambition. I have no drive. Whatever it is that makes others go out there and achieve, I don't have it. I thought I did for a couple months. There was a woman involved, and I was honestly out there hustling and working and trying. As much as I want to say it was the worst 3 months of my life, it was probably the best 3 months of my life, because it opened my eyes. I started a self-realization campaign, non-victim campaign. I'm not a victim, and I refuse to continue going through life pretending that I am. I've been through a lot, but so have a lot of other people. I'm not alone in this. Think about it. In the Crusades, people used to get drunk. They're craziness. I don't have it as bad. Emotionally, psychologically, maybe I do. Feelings are what you feel, and they're valid, and they are. But the reality of the situation is, I got it better than a lot of people in this world. I do. In a lot of ways. I have people who love me. I know I do. I have people who educate me. I have people who help determine how my day and this, that, and the other. I am a very fortunate human being. I'm not saying I'm not. But I'm plagued by certain psychological conditions, trauma issues, doubts, insecurities, things like that. They get me, they plague me, and they overplay my mind. All these and hateful things and memories of negative things, and I'm nobody special. My story is nothing special. I'm not great in any way. I'm not great in any way. I'm just average. I'm just a regular guy. I have my own ideas, my own mind. I have my own expectations of life and how it's supposed to be, and not everybody's going to feel that, you know? I mean, not everyone is going to be on board with my expectations of how life should be, or etiquettes, or colloquialisms, or whatever. I guess what I'm trying to get to is, I've been doing a lot of reflecting. I've been doing a lot of studying of myself. I meditated today for like an hour. I set a clock and everything. I'm contemplating yoga. I am actively trying to become a better person. I may not be the most important person. I may not do the most important kind of things in this world. I'm not going to cure cancer, I'll tell you that. I may not find a obscure star in the sky with a telescope. I don't have a real philosophy for anyone to go by. All I'm trying to do is survive. That's it. That's my whole life. Survival. I am constantly in survival mode. Everything I've ever loved, everything I've ever wanted, everything I've ever desired, everything I've ever had the consequence of being taken away from me. I've never actually owned anything. I mean, everything that I call mine can be stripped away from me like that. It's not mine. It's not my house. It's not my... I don't have anything. It's not my phone that I'm recording this on. It's not... I don't own anything. The hell, half the clothes I wear was given to me by someone. I mean, I don't own shit. And you know what? Pretty much everybody lets me remember that. Reminds me of that. I don't own shit. I'm a project. That's how I feel. I feel like a project. I do not feel like a man anymore. I mean, I try to, but I don't. I don't feel like a man. I used to. I used to be one. And now it's like, I let everyone in my life dictate how I feel, what I'm supposed to feel, what I think, what I believe, all these things. I allow these people to come at me with their ideas, their beliefs, and I eat it up. I mean, I don't eat it up, I do it reluctantly, but like I'm a coward, like I'm a punk. Now get in my face and say something disrespectful, I'll knock you the fuck out, but psychologically, I'm easily punked out. Easily. All you have to do is offer me something I need. Something I can't live without. Shelter. Food. Clothes. Stuff like that. Love. I'll fold immediately. I won't even try to argue. I'll just fold. I have no backbone anymore. I lost it somewhere. I used to. I used to have a backbone. I used to be a gnarly individual. Now, I just look for peace anywhere I can find it. I just look for peace. Just peace. Just please give me peace. Just please give me peace, some solitude, some kind of kindness, some kind of love, some kind of non-aggression. Like, the whole world is just so fucking aggressive. And I'm not. I mean, I can be, but the kind of aggression that I present to the world will put me in prison. If I'm allowed to go out there, if I'm forced to go out there in the world, I'll be in prison within a year. I mean, probably for the rest of my life, because I allow negativity to dominate and be my world, construct everything in my mind. Like, that's my, I'm violent by nature. I subdue it. I suppress it. I hide it. But my natural nature is aggression. And it is, if I'm ever to blow my top, people are going to see a side of me that's not flattering in any way. And now I may get my ass whooped right off the hat. Just dropped. I'm not a bad motherfucker. I'm nobody who's special. I have no special powers or abilities. But I am mean. And I'm really mean with this. I can come at you with words and memories and examples of memories and things that you've done and things that I've done. I mean, and I can be sharp with the tongue. I'm hateful. I am an absolutely hateful individual when it's called for. I'm trying my damnedest to overcome all this. In the last 3 months, I've been exposed to so much information and bright lights and colors and, mind intrusions and things. Man, and now I'm sitting in silence. And it's all good. I'm happy about it. I missed it. But it can't last forever. I mean, who am I? I can't just subject myself to being isolated on purpose for the rest of my life. Hell, I might as well go to prison and get 23-hour lockdown. I might as well go out and kill all my enemies now and just do it. You know what I mean? And believe me, it has not crossed my mind. Self-preservation is a thing with me. I think it's from trauma. Learning to duck and cover, learning to cover your head when you're being hit with something, or protect yourself. That's all I know. It's a trauma response. Protect myself. Defense. I don't know any other way. I've been abused my whole life, one way or another. And I really honestly do not know how to be any other way than defensive or shut down. Disengage. Not be active. Just completely shut down. I'm either violent as fuck, aggressive as hell, or I just shut down. I just bow my head and neither of these things are right. It's not the way a person's supposed to be. It's not how life's supposed to be. It's not how you're supposed to go about life. But that's how I do it, because I'm learning now through all these psychological thises and that's that I'm researching and coming across, is that I have trauma bonds and I have trauma responses and traumatic responses, and basically I'm a beaten person, but I'm trying my damnedest to come out of it. But I'm also not a beaten person. I'm a dangerous person, but it's a weird. It's like being a narcissist and empathic at the same time. It's a conundrum, you know. It's like a double negative. It's, how do you do that? It's weird. Anyway, enough of my bullshit. I love you all. This has been Confessions by Gonzo, and I'm sober. I just felt the need to get in front of the camera and express myself for whatever reason. I love you all. I thank you all who made it through the whole video and were like, victim, victim, victim. Because, you know, I play the victim a lot. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to grow. I just don't know how to go through it. I'm institutionalized. I don't know how to go through the motions of reality without creating some kind of fiction to go behind it, you know? I mean, because all my reality is so traumatic and weird and bad that I have to cover it up. I have to hide it. I can't embrace it. I can't express it. I can't. I need a therapist, I guess. Anyway, Gonzo loves you. Gonzo loves everything about you. Every little detail, every little minor beep, 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 whatever. Thank you for listening, and Gonzo out.